And we're live. Luke and Lewis. Luke and Lewis.
Luke and
All right.
Lewis podcast.
What are you doing? So Lewis is in a tent right now. Just so you guys know,
So yeah,
Lewis forgot about me and Lewis scheduled this, and Lewis forgot, and I'm calling him out on live
well,
on the
no,
air. But
I didn't, I didn't really forget. It's more of a case of now my office is outside. Now I do my office outside, so whatever I need to do, I can literally do it like outside. I've got a heater, a router. I've got a battery pack for my laptop. I've got water, food, heater. I've got a fire pit. I got my friends coming in 1 hour to build a fire and sing songs around the fire. It's the life, man. So much better than
where
working.
is it? Is it close to where you live? Did you drive to a park or something? Where
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
just.
at?
It's pretty dark here now, but that's the lake. You can see the. If you
No,
probably
we
can't.
can't.
You
Yeah, we
can't see.
can't see anything.
No, it's pretty dark here now in England, but it's so much nicer with the fresh air. You know, fresh air, and you're connected to the ground, and you're seeing all the greenery and stuff. It's a nice way to work, but I keep getting like rangers come round and ask what I'm doing. They think I'm fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh, so you're like at a park.
Say that again.
You're at like a park.
Yeah, it's like a nature reserve.
Oh, I got you. And they let you camp there for free?
No, I don't think you're allowed to camp here, like sleep over, but they don't mind obviously if someone's working in a tent.
Oh, I
So
got you. I got you.
not too
That's
bad.
pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, you should think about doing it.
It's too cold right now.
Well, you get a little heater and stuff, you know. That's the problem with us today. We're domesticated. We're not hardy anymore. We're
I am
weak.
I'm domesticated.
Weak individuals. Anyway, what's been going off in the crypto sphere? Update us.
Yeah, we're just talking about Lewis's sick crypto gains.
Yeah,
I got Lewis into crypto.
no one
I got
hears
Lewis
about
into what's
huh?
that?
No one hears about my crypto gains. Everyone's listening to you.
Yeah, Lewis has got crypto gains. Lewis is probably the first person that got to buy crypto because I was buying it. And I was like, Lewis, you gotta buy these cryptos, dude. I was like, what are you doing? I'm buying fistfuls of Bitcoin right now.
Yeah. To be fair, I actually knew about Bitcoin in 2009, but I didn't know how to buy it back then. It was too geeky to do it.
Right. Yeah.
But I watched Dollar Vigilante in 2009, and he was talking about it, but I couldn't wrap my head around how it worked back then, so I ended up skipping it. How I wish I wouldn't have now.
Yeah, imagine if you had, you'd be a millionaire. It'd be insane.
Absolutely crazy. So
Yeah, it's
anyway,
crazy.
if anyone's watching, send in some questions, um, and we will answer them. I don't think many people are watching today. We
Yeah,
should
I mean, it's a
probably.
Saturday morning. It's like,
You up?
I mean, it's a Saturday morning, so
Yeah, I suppose so. What else has been going off?
back and forth. So me and Lewis are both back and forth lows.
Yeah.
Are you
We've
enjoying
actually
the?
got very we've actually got very similar tests this time.
Is your NAK ratio low?
Yeah.
You on limb coming? Yeah,
I need to have a look. I haven't really seen it
dude.
properly, but I think so. Let's see. Hold on. I think what I'm going to do this time now I'm in four lows is that uh, I'm going to probably do a video on how to get out of it.
How to get off?
Document.
How to get out of four lows?
Yeah, document my four lows journey a little bit because there's so many people in follows that struggle to.
I mean, there's no easy.
No, my NAK is perfect.
What's it, 2.5?
Yep.
Is it at 2.5?
You up? 2.5.
That's good. Mine's low.
Yeah. No, my NAK is pretty. Yeah, bang on. My arsenic level's 0.286.
That's a high arsenic level, isn't it?
That's super high.
Let's go here. I can show you guys my hair test. I can do a screen share here. Let's see. My name is Luke Pryor, and my latest test was Let's see if I can find it. 2017. Was it no later than February? October? Yeah, October 2017. All right, here we go. Let's do a little screen share action. My entire screen. All right, so here is my latest test, you guys. So you can see 4 lows here. If you can see, all 4 are below their ideal levels. This is actually the first test I haven't been eliminating copper. I've been eliminating copper pretty steadily for like 2.5 years. And then on this test, this is one of the first ones where I wasn't eliminating at least some copper. You can see it was at 3.2 last test. Now it's down to 0.9. Probably as my NAK flips from 2 back above 2.5 and I start to come out of 4 lows, you'll probably see my copper go back up and I'll start to dump more copper. That's what tends to happen is, you know, as you flip your NAK, you start to eliminate stuff again. That's what happens to me almost every time. Yeah, you can see my NAK was 5.25, and now it's 2. I actually switched to Limcumin, which is the supplement that we use for our low NAK ratio. I actually switched to it before I even got this test because I knew I needed it. I've gotten to the point where I can pretty much tune to my NAK ratio, and I can tell if I need zinc or Limcumin. I can't really tell. Like, I didn't know I was in 4 lows. I can't really tune to myself that well, but I can usually tune to my NAK ratio. And I wasn't feeling that great. And I switched to Limcumin and it felt better immediately, like it was supporting my body. Not eliminating that many metals. Aluminum, you know, not that high. Not nearly as high as it's been. My zinc and phosphorus are still good. I mean, they've been good every single test. But yeah, not limiting a lot of metals. Iron's kind of low. Manganese is a little low. Now just like a little bit of a holding pattern, but we'll see probably more dumping, especially of copper, because I do have a lot more copper in my body. But like I said, that'll happen as I flip my NAK ratio high again, and I start to come out of this 4 lows pattern. You know, 4 lows pattern on a retest is supposed to be a celebration pattern. It could be a life path thing with me, you know. I've made a lot of money with cryptocurrencies, so it might be me deciding what should I do now. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, what is the plan?
That's the gist of it. What's that?
What is the plan?
Well,
I think we're both probably going through the Saturn return soon, which is you know, adulthood, figuring out our next phase of life. I know I'm kind of going through that at the moment.
Right.
So
right.
I found that my time in photos is a lot to do with forgiving parents. That's been a big thing for me in photos. And Dr. Wilson writes about it as well. You know, a lot of people going to photos to forgive parents. But also more of a transition into kind of and love. Yeah, which has been nice. But yeah, I've also been doing a lot as well. So I've been running around a lot and setting up different events and meeting friends and doing this, that, and the other. So I could be burning myself out at the same time. But yeah, upwards and onwards, not a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on one sec here. I'm just texting. I'm going to Reno tonight, baby. That's my friend's
Say that
birthday.
again.
Going to
Say that again.
Reno.
Unarino.
We're going to Reno, Nevada tonight, baby. It was celebrate my friend's birthday.
All right. Is that? I've never heard that place before.
So California is a state in the U.S. and it borders on another state called Nevada.
All right.
And then people from California go to Reno, Nevada, to party because Nevada has less rules. So in Nevada, gambling is legal, prostitution is legal, all these things are illegal in Nevada.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So people from California go over to Nevada, so they can do their devious deeds.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
I'm gonna do some low key gambling, play some blackjack, play some poker.
Yeah.
Who knows? Drink some liquor, brag to everyone at the poker table about my crypto gains, give them a business card.
Yeah. Let me just reply to this message.
And yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So yeah, it's important, going back to me and Lewis being in Four Lows, you can tell like me and Lewis aren't too bummed about being in Four Lows. Like you have to, that's why the pushing down exercise is so important, you guys, is that it helps you not be attached to it. Like a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm back in Four Lows. Oh no. Like it just is what it is. Like, what are you going to do about it? You're just going to keep doing the program. You're going to keep healing. It doesn't, at a certain point, you don't want to be too attached to what the test says. The test is just a compass about where you should go from here. And then the only thing you can do, the only choice you have is to move forward. So why dwell on what the compass actually says?
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people look at me and you and think that we shouldn't be in Four Lows for whatever reason. It's like, nah, that's not the case. It's just a step forward, and you should never think that you should get to a point on a hair analysis where the test looks really good and that's it. You can stop what you're doing. There's always going to be healing to do or traumas to be released, or at the end of the day, some people just like end up moving house or getting a stressful situation. They'll go into Four Lows.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I started off in 3 lows 6 years ago, and I was an absolute utter mess. And now I'm in 4 lows. I'm all right.
Right.
So
right.
it's yeah.
Yeah, so that's important. It's like you don't want to be too attached to it. And also, like conceptually, people don't realize how sick the body is. And so everyone gets to conduct a certain thing like, when am I going to be better? Or like, why does nutritional balancing take so long? It's not nutritional balancing. It's you. It's the bodies you don't understand, especially the older generations. They don't understand how sick the younger people are. They don't understand.
Got no idea.
Yeah,
Got no
like
idea.
you don't. People conceptually, they don't understand how sick the bodies are and what actual like true health looks like, because we're so far removed from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got no idea. No idea. I
Yeah.
worked with a practitioner in Thailand for a while, and he'd been into healing for like many, many years. And he was in like, amazing health that I've never seen before. It was quite bizarre. You just don't see them people walking around the streets very often. It's just
right.
So
Yeah, and we're so far removed from that, especially the young people. It's that conceptually they don't realize how sick they are, and that it's just years and years of layers that have to be slowly removed. And you can't really all you can do is just move forward. You can't you can't feel sorry for yourself, or you know what I mean. You just gotta move forward. That's all there is.
I know it's just about moving forward, just about relaxing, really, just relaxing into things, a lot of people don't realize that the human body on the whole is designed just to relax and be calm, and when it needs to do something stressful, it'll switch into fast oxidation and deal with the stress, and then it comes back into
Yeah.
like a pattern, just like a dog.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
most
there's
people,
actually a powerful meme I saw. There's a meme I saw where it was a dog,
yeah,
and it was a human being running. Like, you know how we like to go on runs and jogs,
yeah,
and it was a dog sitting there watching a human being run for no reason. And the dog was like, "Hey,
yeah,
alpha," and the dog was like, "Hey, alpha predator, why are you running for no reason?"
yeah. It's true, and you know, society teaches us to do that. I mean, I fall into the trap as well. Even now, like now I have more energy. I'm going dancing. I'm meeting friends. I'm building businesses. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And albeit I'm not kind of what I'm doing is fairly relaxing, whereby I'll go and do some light dance, or I'll go for a walk, or do this. It's so easy just to want to pack your day up because that's what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? They're just packing up the day. You know.
Yeah, and it's a balance of
So
both. Like, you want to be productive and help people and others, but if you look at apex predators, which is what a human being is, it's the top of the food chain. Like a lion. A lion just literally just sits there and is lean and muscular and just sitting there chilling until it has to get some prey once in a while. You know what I
that's
mean?
it. That's what we're designed to do. We're not designed to be robotic workhorses. It's just not.
Yeah.
Just
And
not what we're
that's why,
designed.
and I can personally tell that Lewis has gotten more relaxed because he has he's made some of these crypto gains. So money is related to this. You have to realize that the money is sick, and it puts stress on us. The society and the money put stress on us that shouldn't exist. And when your
Yeah,
money has yield, like cryptocurrencies actually make your money work for you. When you actually have yield, where your money goes up in value, it does take away some of the stressors of life because you're not so in flight or flight mode all the time. So it's
yeah,
important. It's more
exactly.
important than you think.
Yeah, and one of the other things is like when you when you've got that when you know that you've got that money in the bank or in your account, it's like then you do work that you only enjoy. Do you know what I mean? You're not kind of like scraping the barrel and like I'll pick and choose my web design jobs now because I don't really have to worry about getting every single tiny little job because I need to pay my bills all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, and it gives me a lot more confidence as well to increase my prices, like for what I'm worth. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a good designer, and I think sometimes I'll lower my prices in order to, um, get the sale, and then when you're in a position where you have some investment, you can then increase your prices and basically get what you deserve in terms of your value. So that's quite nice as well that
Right.
I've noticed recently.
Yeah, and then you're
Um,
making more money, which gets
then,
added,
then
which makes
yeah,
and it's a
then there's the joy
snowball.
of just seeing it go up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it snowballs. And so, with anything, you guys, the hardest part is starting. The hardest part is the beginning,
for
for
sure.
sure. But
Have some questions because
you got questions? All right, let's check it
I've
out.
not I've not got too long.
Oh man, we got quite a bit of questions.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. What is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is 72.
I agree.
Yeah. I was trying to think, is that the number that they use in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Is it 72? Or is it like 64? I think it was 72.
I I haven't seen it. I will tell you one interesting thing about the meaning of life. Like, I used to watch a lot of videos on DMT and ayahuasca, and you'd get these people that would just take massive amounts, well, these natural medicinal drugs. Um, I've also seen this happen in life after death experience as well, where they'll have these massively amazing experiences and they'll ask questions in these different dimensions and ask questions to God. But every time they ask what the meaning of life is, they never get the answer. Question that they don't get the answer to.
It's because there's no real answer.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just find that really fascinating that they all get answers to all the other questions, but as soon as they ask a question, what is the meaning of life, it never comes to them. So maybe there
Okay.
isn't a meaning.
So we got Ray here. Been in 4 lows for 3 years. It's been a struggle. Did any of you two have mercury, amalgam fillings, parasites, or funguses before finding the 4 lows pattern? Well, we all have parasites and we all have funguses, and so I never had amalgam fillings. I've never had a cavity. Never had a cavity. Mostly because I didn't get a lot of sugar when I was young, and I have pretty good teeth genetics. But no, I've never had amalgam fillings. And then parasites or funguses, like I said, everyone has them. Um,
Yeah, we've still got them now, you know.
yeah, I still feel like
You know.
when I eat a lot of carbs, if I eat a lot of carbs, I still get foggy from candida.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Um, I think another thing that people don't realize is that when you're being in a position where the body is just being completely burnt out and you've been eating crap for 20, 30 years, you've been accumulating toxic metals for 30 years, feel better. Like even now I feel normal. Like there is still a fragility there. Do you know what I mean?
right.
I'm not some sort of superhuman. Like if I eat crap or go out all the time like I used to do, I'll start to regress. Once the adrenal glands have been burnt out so much, to like fully recover the adrenal glands is like nearly impossible. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be on the nutritional balancing program for like 30, 40 years for like complete restoration of these glands, you know? So you need to get yourself into a position where you feel good, you got energy, and then you need to keep supporting the body, because if you don't support it, you'll just go backwards again.
Yeah, the
Um,
same thing happens to
you
me.
know,
When I eat less vegetables or I don't get enough sleep or something, I definitely regress. It is what it is.
that's
All
it.
right,
That's it.
Alion Fiam. As I begin to start to feel better on the program, I also start to cheat a little bit more. What helps to always stay on track? Well, me and Lewis, we don't do the program perfectly, to be honest with you, and most people don't. Some people do. I mean, I bet Dr. Wilson does the program perfectly.
I think the
Um,
people who do the program more perfectly, the sicker people. Um,
yeah,
I mean, Dr. Wilson's got an article on it. You know, one of the problems with the program is that when you start feeling better, you will start to cheat more. Now, I've had this problem, and unfortunately, you've got to learn the hard way. If
yeah, you gotta learn
you
the
know,
hard way.
I learned the hard way, whereby I would always regress, and it's got to a point now where I say to myself, I get the most joy in life from being healthy, good quality conversations with people, and be able to have fun. If that means I've got to skip, you know what I mean, crap food or beer or whatever,
So be
do
it.
that now. But there's been times when I've learnt the hard way, when I've gone out drinking for whatever reason, and it's thrown me off course for a week or 2 weeks, and it's like it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Do you know what I mean? And you might have to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people will, because they just can't come to terms with the fact that, and there's an anxiety there as well of doing the program perfectly. It comes from a deep place, you know.
Right,
But
right. And you can treat yourself a little bit here and there. It's not a big deal. Like when I get a new retest, I'll go have a cheeseburger with some fries, or put a little bit of stevia in your coffee, or I don't know, like
whoa, calm down, Luke.
get drunk as fuck.
Calm
I'll
down,
be
man.
honest with you. I'm going to Reno. I'm going to Reno tonight, and I'm gonna have some alcohol.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, it's my
I'm
personality. I have a hard time doing anything 100%. That's why I didn't go to college. That's why I put all my money into cryptos. I'm just like I'm a natural rebel. So it's
I think you've
like
dived
even
into
nutritional.
crypto 100%. Yeah,
What's that?
you've dived into crypto 100%.
Oh yeah, well I own some silver too, because some of the crypto people, they talk crap about silver, and I'm like, no man, silver's cool. The truth
All
is
right,
somewhere in
cool.
between all of this.
All right. So next question. We've got a lot of questions, man. So we're gonna have to start rifling through them a little bit.
All right, all right. This is what I'm afraid of. I'm so lost.
Hold on a minute.
Been on the program strictly for almost 2.5 years. All of my symptoms, health issues still remain. At what point do you say this program isn't working for someone and advise them to look elsewhere? Again, it's kind of a brutal truth, but it's not the program. In my experience, it's not the program. It's you.
Yeah, I'm surprised that literally nothing's changed after 2.5 years, and you're still on the program. I think if I was on something for 2.5 years and literally nothing, not one single thing had improved, I mean, that's pretty intense. I mean, I've got to admit, it took me around 2.5 years for me to start feeling like, for me to start feeling okay. But I was still seeing small improvements in them 2.5 years. Do you know what I mean?
Usually, I find that people that have been on the program that long is that know how to do the pushing down exercise properly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that broke me through the 2.5 year problem. Is I started doing the pushing down exercise really intensely every single day, for like an hour or 2 hours a day. I was just doing a bit half-heartedly. I didn't understand how powerful it was, and that's what broke me through and released the.
Me and Lewis say this all the time, you guys, and many practitioners don't tell you this. Even the nutritional balancing practitioners, because they don't understand it themselves. But the pushing down exercise is the most powerful part of the program, and I'm not entirely convinced you can even heal without it. I don't think you can really heal without the pushing down exercise, and so you have to make a commitment to it, and you have to learn how to do it, and you have to force yourself, because there's no other option.
Yeah. Mm.
And this gets lost on a lot of people. They think that, oh, I'll just I need to do more coffee enemas, or I need to eat even more vegetables. Well, you're probably eating close to enough vegetables. If you're doing a couple coffee enemas, you're doing enough coffee enemas. You need to do the pushing down exercise, as that's what you need. For a lot of people, that's the missing component. I find more than anything else.
For sure, man.
So that would be my proposition to you: is, are you powerfully doing the meditation exercise? And do it while you do your coffee enemas. It's easier to do while you do your coffee enemas. And that's when you really need to practice. Don't dink around on your phone. Don't play music or anything. And you're doing the pushing down exercise in a quiet room. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I usually find sometimes as well, like if I get a client say to me, I haven't improved, I'll look back at their initial hair analysis forms and check the symptoms list, and the symptoms lists have changed. And I'll say, well, what about this symptom that you used to have? And some people forget about it. Like, actually, so many symptoms that I used to have that I forgot about. You just don't realize one day they're kind of gone, because it's just a slow process of them leaving. Yeah, it's difficult because sometimes I get people say to me nothing's changing, but I kind of feel if I spent a day with them and saw how they lived and how they did the program, I would change a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I would be like, well, this is not completely right. This is not right. I know that's difficult to say, and I don't want to put anyone down. The vast majority of the people are doing things all right, but sometimes like I'll speak to someone and I'll say, well, can you just talk me exactly what you're doing? And I'll find little things that I know that's going to be holding you back quite a lot. Even sleeping, sleep, getting to bed at a good time is so important for people as well. So important. Anyway,
Does the nutritional balancing program good for POTS syndrome? What is? I'm gonna have to Google this one. POTS syndrome.
I think it's.
You know what that is, Lewis?
Wrong. I think it's post-orgasmic syndrome. I can't remember exactly what.
Postal orthostatic tachycardia.
Post-orgasmic illness syndrome. I think he spelt it wrong there. It's not.
Are you sure it's not postal orthostatic tachycardia syndrome?
Oh, maybe it is. Write it out for us properly.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll go back to that one. I think they're talking about this one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Orthostatic intolerant? What is that? I don't know what these fancy college words mean. Okay, so when you stand up, your heart rate goes through the roof.
Yeah, I think it's an adrenal problem, that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're activating your adrenals too much when you stand up. I mean,
Well,
the program
just for
the goal of the
record,
program is development, and development will help any illness. You know what I mean? I can't speak to specifically that symptom because I don't have any clients that have that
there is a
specific.
testimonial on Dr. Wilson's website of someone who had it and it's gone.
Right. So I mean, I imagine it would help. I mean, it's a whole system approach to healing, so it should help. You know, because that's part of the symptom.
All right, cool. Next one.
What about gene
I get
deficiency?
CRM Sanders. I get windows of feeling just so wonderful, like I have a gentle full body high. It dawned on me that's how we were always supposed to feel if we weren't so toxic. Probably.
Yeah.
I used to get feelings like that when I was really sick.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I did get
I
feelings like
suppose
that.
I suppose I probably feel like that now all the time. But when you're feeling really sick and you have them little windows, you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, but then when you're actually living like that all the time, you do realize that there's actually other levels to move up to, you know, so you'll be surprised. Another thing I also found that, like, after I looked around me and realized everyone else is sick. Like when I was sick, I wanted to be the same as everyone else when I looked around. But then when I actually got better, I looked around everyone else and I'm like, damn, you're really sick as well. You know what I mean? Including my parents and friends and stuff. It was pretty intense.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Just what Lewis said. All right. What about gene deficiencies and mutations?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I do think that for the most part, we overhype in our society gene deficiencies and mutations because that's like the latest thing with science, quote unquote. It's like, oh, now we can discover genes and now we can solve people's sicknesses with gene science. But in most cases, it's a nutritional issue. You know, for the most part, your genes are your friends. And you have to realize that genes get turned off and on from nutrition. And so I think gene diseases are way overrated, personally.
yeah, me too. I would just say the same as Luke, that a lot of people don't realize that genes are turned on and off by nutrition. You can see that in, you know, people that have got things like Down syndrome. You know, they'll start the program and their facial structure will start to change and they'll start to, you know, become more alert and stuff, as if the genes are just getting switched back on. Like, it's really interesting to see. But yeah, I think that's the short answer. There's some obviously genetic things that, in my opinion, are, you know, pretty difficult to kind of reverse, but I think they're the minority.
Yeah, and
I
genes
think the
do play
large
a part in certain things, right? Like there's certain things even with races, right? Like the Asian races don't need quite as much animal protein because in Asia they didn't eat quite as much animal protein, so their bodies and genes adapted where they didn't need quite as much animal protein compared to white and black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, like you can look at the statistics here in America, like black people have a higher risk of like heart disease and stuff like that, and that's true too. Probably because black people came from Africa where they were eating healthy meats and veggies and fruits and stuff, and they're not used to eating, you know, white people food as much as white people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Right. And
cool.
so there are some different, there are some important, you know, differences, especially between races.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fellas, the only way I started dumping heavy metals after 3 years of follows and happened to stop moving out of follows slightly is by contributing to doing a series of 6 liver cleansers, 5,000 gallstones, and remove mercury fillings. My poor eliminators went from 10 to only copper and mercury right now. Assuming because I didn't remove my mercury fillings prior to my latest test. Well, I've got to admit, not everyone. There is a lot of people that gets out of 4 lows without the liver cleansers. So that's not the only way to get out the 4 lows. But if you think that worked for you, then fair enough. I wouldn't personally recommend doing 6 liver cleansers. That's going to be really hard on the adrenal glands. Like really hard. So I reckon they might have took a hit there. But, it is what it is. I wouldn't recommend it to other people if you're in 4 lows. But, well done, I suppose.
Right. And yeah, for some people, the amalgam fillings, are important. And yeah, I have seen people where, because they're getting that constant, they're already really sick, and they're getting that constant low dose of toxins from the mercury fillings that they can't really get out of 4 lows or start to get over that initial hurdle until they get rid of their amalgam fillings. So that can be the case.
For sure. Oops, 2 minutes.
CRM Sanders. Lewis, you don't seem like the same person compared to your early vlogs. You have such a light now that shines through.
Because I'm not the same person, man. I'm a light being.
What about my light? How come no one ever comments on my light? It's because your aura. It's because is Lewis's aura brighter than mine, you guys? I think it might be.
Well, my personality, Luke, is naturally, when I was younger, I was always the guy who got everyone together, and I was always the kind of the center of attention. So maybe it's just coming back out a little bit, but in a more healthier way rather than.
Right. I do think me and Lewis do have a little bit different personalities. I think Lewis is more light and easygoing. Like people's like even in public, I can be pretty like stern. I'm pretty like I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. I can be somewhat militaristic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I swear everyone's different, really. Like, if you put me in the right group, I'm really nice. But if you put me in the wrong group, find the right one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, thanks for that comment. Anyway, I appreciate that. All right, cool.
It's just because you're prettier than I am. It's not fair.
Nah.
I'm richer though.
Anyway, where are we? You what?
So I'm richer though.
Well, out of all the people that you got doing crypto, who's the second richest?
I don't know. Probably you.
Yeah.
Maybe you.
And in terms of ratio, in terms of the amount that you put in there, but anyways.
Well, probably you then, because you're the first person. Let's see here. Reno has 4 loads written all over it, and alcohol. Yeah, Reno's definitely got 4 loads written all over it. Reno is full of debauchery. It's basically a little Las Vegas. You can smell the debauchery in the air.
Yeah.
Along with the hooker sweat.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. CRM Sanders, I scoffed when you told me push down exercise was the most powerful part of program, but now I'm a believer.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's difficult to explain why you've got to do it.
Now she's a believer.
A believer.
She saw God's face with the pushing down exercise, and now she's a believer.
That's it.
A boss too. Pushing down exercise equals immediate effects. That's because I'll tell every single client I have, I'm like, listen, even if they're like super conservative Christian people, like they're like would never consider meditation, I tell them anyway because they have to know the truth.
Dane. Yeah, no, you're right, man. Please, Lewis, spend a day with me so that you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'll get a second opinion if you. Yeah, all right. If you live in England, give me a shout.
Yeah, you're a pretty
I'll
girl.
spend a day.
Are you a pretty girl? Wait,
Right.
Lewis, you got a girl?
Say that again.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
I just want to say for everyone watching this, beautiful Lewis Rowlands is single. All right, next question.
And maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do a video on relationships at some point because they're very, very, very complex entities. Well, for me anyway. Maybe not for you. But I've learned a lot from being in relationships, like a hell of a lot. They develop you so quick. Not on a physical level, but they'll develop you quicker than anything. Because if you find the right person, for me anyway, they just become the mirror, a mirror image of you. So like all your little flaws and your little kind of personality traits and stuff like that just get shined back to you so quick that you're just forced to develop yourself like super intense. But relationships are very, very interesting. Yeah,
Right.
I've been in a couple of relationships in the past 3 years, and yeah, I do want to speak about it more. But I'm not a relationship expert. But I just want to give people some advice on some some things that I did wrong, and I know that a lot of other people do wrong. And but yeah, how's your relationship? Everything seems to be going good for you.
First of all, I just want to say, did anyone else realize that Lewis has a way better picture on the Deep Healing Space cover photo?
I always ask you for your picture.
Look at that. I'm like kind of got like my like beanies on like sideways. I got like a weird half grin. I'm like holding like a pen awkwardly. My fingers are like. How's my?
Oh,
Would you
man.
ask how's my relationship going?
Yeah, are you trying to avoid the question?
No, it's good. It's going good. I think I'm gonna move in with her at the end of December.
Yeah.
Into an apartment that she's already living in, but there's another bedroom.
Cool.
So yeah, that's going good. Sometimes the detox. She's had a couple incidences where the detox was kind of hard. She kind of retraces things with her daughter. She has a little daughter that's 3 years old. I do notice that mothers will kind of retrace things with their children. It seems like the bond is so tight that they retrace things together. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
No, cool,
Um,
cool. Yeah, I'm I'm getting all my friends now on the program. I actually have a lot of friends now that are kind of vegan, vegetarian, and I know that they got so many issues and stuff. And I've got like 3, 4, or 5 of them now to start eating meat, and they're just like completely different people. It's really, really amazing. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
yeah, that's good. Good.
Where are
Okay.
we?
Okay. Let's see here. What are metal detox side effects? Metal detox side effects can range. Sometimes I get a lot of lymph draining when I'm detoxing. So I get swollen lymphs, and it also just drains right here. I get a lot of that. People get brain fog sometimes. Also, retracing, various things.
Insomnia.
Um,
Insomnia is a big one.
what sauna?
Insomnia is a big one for
Oh,
me.
insomnia. Right, right.
But you can get really weird ones. I think the weirdest healing reaction I've ever had was when my kneecap seized up. When I was releasing knees, that was really weird. Um,
That's trippy.
yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult to kind of. But on the whole, if you're doing the program really well, it's always a detox reaction.
Right.
The diet is super important as well. You know what I mean? I generally find that if you're having a reaction and the diet is, you're doing really well on the diet, it's usually a healing reaction. But the diet can really throw you off really quickly, really quick. All that hard work will just go down the drain if you go and eat a big cake or something, and the body's having to put energy towards dealing with that.
Right.
When it might just be ready to release metal or something, then it like goes backwards for a week, and you got to reboot the system a little bit.
Right. All right. Next question: do you consider brain fog a retracing, and would you megadose vitamin C for a few days for it? Yeah, brain fog can definitely be retracing. It can also be triggered sometimes. Like if I eat a ton of carbohydrates at once, I can get brain fog sometimes. Or if I don't sleep enough, I get brain foggy. And those, if I combine the two, I'll get especially brain foggy if I'm low on sleep and then eat a bunch of carbs, you know. Would you megadose vitamin C? We don't recommend megadosing vitamin C in general. It's too yin, and it depletes the body in certain ways by chelating minerals. The only time I like megadosing vitamin C is maybe if you're retracing an infection, it could be okay. It's not too bad to megadose vitamin C for a few days sometimes if you're retracing an infection. But other than that, I don't recommend it. 3.5 years of full program is what it took me to get out of 4 lows, and now I'm starting to feel a bit better. Stick it with it, those who are struggling. Yeah, stick with it, you know, and don't forget to do the pushing down exercise, because if you're stuck in 4 lows, that will help boost you out more than anything. Okay. Let's see here.
Where are you at?
I've been removing metals for 4 to 5 years. Let's see. Thanks to Luke and Lewis for all their vids during that time. Yeah, you're welcome. You know, we do it for you guys.
Yeah.
Help you guys out here.
Yeah, no worries. Debauchery in the air.
You regret buying Bitcoin in 2009. You will regret not buying now in 5 years. That's true. For all you that watching this, you will regret not buying Bitcoin in 5 years if you don't buy it now.
Are you all prepping? Prepping for what?
For the shitstorm.
I suppose in a way we are prepping by investing into blockchain.
You know, I do kind of prep. I mean, I don't prep, like I don't store hordes of food. Actually, I do store hordes of food. Never mind. I have like 50 pounds of dried food in my garage.
Yeah.
And I have fat stacks of silver. But I don't think it'll be as bad as a lot of people think, okay? It's just more like it's the death of the old system into the new system. And part of that is the death of paper currencies into the crypto system. Part of it is the death of the medical establishment. Part of that is the death of Hollywood. And part of it is the death of the educational system. So those are probably the biggest ones. It's Hollywood is going away. The education system is going away. The banking system is going away. You know, the banking and money. Okay, so everything in regards to entertainment and then politics and money, those large institutions are all going away into new systems. And you have to not necessarily prep for it, but you have to be aware of it. And if you're aware of it, you can profit from it, and you can be ahead of the curve. Okay. Let's see here.
For sure. I think we're moving into a new era. You know, we're moving into the silver era. Things are changing. They have to change. The good people are going to win. The evil people are going to get brought down, and the only way to win is to bring the power back into the people. And blockchain technology is a massive, massive leap forward. I mean, we're in one of the most amazing times ever on the planet. You know, they're going to look back in 1,000 years' time and look at this. This is when the power got put into the people.
Yeah, and many of you watching this, you know, you don't understand how, like Lulu's is talking, you don't understand how powerful it is. This is blockchain and Bitcoin. This is a fire that is burning up the old system.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the Ethereum network as well, and what they've done, it's just an absolute monster. No one's really got any idea what it's going to do in 10 years' time. You know, remember in the 1990s when the internet first came out and everyone was like, oh, it's a privacy issue, this, that, you know, and literally look what it's done to the world. Like, you know, I don't know whether it's a good thing. I mean, well, it is a good thing in many ways, but I mean, literally every single job now has some sort of computerized section or system involved, you know, that's probably related to the internet or the network. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's huge. And blockchain technology is like the internet in the 90s. It's not even began yet, you know. Maybe we're getting up to like 98, 99 now, 2000. I mean, wait till it's like 10 years time, wait till it's 2027. You know?
Yeah. You know, me and Lewis are believers that, you know, blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, that these are the embers that stoke the fire of the new age and the new renaissance. This is the blockchain, I think, is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I think this is what sets the light.
This for sure, man. Like I was saying, we're moving out of the Bronze Age now. We're moving into the, you know, the Silver Age, and this is the transition. What was we in before? Moving into Aquarius. What was the one before?
I think we were in Pisces.
So yeah, Pisces is all about power and control and money, and Aquarius is all about world connection, love, you know what I mean, compassion. So if that's true, which I believe it is true, then this is there's going to have to be massive, massive, massive changes. And the people that were running the game in the Pisces era, they don't want to change. They don't want to change. So there's got to be something that literally pulls the rug from under their feet that they can't do nothing about. And this is the answer. You know, the people can't do it. I mean, if the people started coming out the houses and, you know, trying to do a revolution, I mean, the army, I mean, the power that the army's got these days, you just get shut down. It's just going to be chaos. So this is like coming at it from an angle. It's like the backdoor angle, and it's just going to pull the rug from everyone's feet and can do about it. It's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen ever. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I get emotional talking about it. You know, I get feelings like in my neck and in my chakras just from talking about Bitcoin, and because people don't understand the fundamentals of it. They don't understand what it actually represents. They don't understand how, due to just it existing, its heartbeat every 10 minutes, it will destroy all the banking institutions and change the world just by being a store of value. That's all it has to do.
Cool.
You know, very, very exciting. Okay, thoughts on C60? Well, Paulie, you probably learned about C60 because going from the cryptos, you know, the Cliff High, and Cliff High talks about C60. I don't know yet. I looked at Dr. Wilson's website, and he hasn't written anything about C60. Maybe I will remind myself to write an email to Dr. Wilson asking about C60, because perhaps he hasn't heard about it. Maybe it can be something. I mean, not very often are there things that will add to nutritionally balancing programs. As far as like supplement wise, like the last thing I can think of that we added was TMG. That got added like 2 years ago to programs. That's been helping people a lot. But this could be one of those things. Who knows? Here, I got a Google Home now. The beast is in my house, so I'll set a reminder here. Okay, Google. Set a reminder 3 days from now to send Dr. Wilson an email asking about C60.
Your reminder, send Dr. Wilson an email asking about C60 for Tuesday at 8 a.m. is ready. Do you want to save it?
Yes.
Okay, reminder saved.
Bam. Where'd Lewis go?
Hold on. I'm here, man. I'm here.
What are you doing?
I'm going to have to leave in a minute. I've got people trying to ring.
Okay, let's do a couple more minutes, then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, any new cryptos
Right.
you would recommend getting into? If you just watch my latest video, I like Litecoin, I like Populous, I like Omisi Go, and I like Veritasium. And it's all of my latest video. It says crypto holiday picks. All right. What are your astral signs, Luke and Lewis? I'm an Aquarius, so we're entering the age of me. So maybe that's why I'm writing this. What are you?
I'm a Libra. Pure balance.
You represent balance.
Yeah, Libra.
Is a Libra a lion?
Nah, the balancing, the weighing scales, yeah.
Oh, like justice.
Yeah,
right?
That's the one.
Dude, I love justice. And justice is going to be happening too, you guys. This is what's coming out with the Weinstein stuff and the Hollywood stuff. The Al Franken stuff that just came out about all the sexual harassment stuff. It's going to get way, way worse. You're going to realize they're all pedophiles and they're all Satanists. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
All right, cool. Last question. What do you guys drink except water? I drink Ethereum. It's beautiful.
I drink coffee sometimes. I drink a little bit of coffee. I drink like 3/4 of a cup of coffee, probably like once a day. I drink a little bit of stevia soda as a treat. It's really good. Like they have something called in America Zevia, and it's like soda, but it's sweetened with stevia instead, which is a lot healthier and it's a good treat. I like the root beer flavor, the root beer stevia soda. Sometimes some tea, the coffee, like I said, and then once in a while I will drink a hearty beer.
I'll usually just drink like different teas. So if I go into a restaurant or something, I'll have a look at the tea menu. You know, chamomile tea or even a bit of peppermint now and again. Just a bit of a tea connoisseur.
Tea connoisseur. Well, he is English, you guys. Would you expect nothing less?
Yeah, I do. I am partial to a decaffeinated English tea. Actually, I'm very partial to that.
I like Earl Grey
with some stevia and some goat's milk. Decaffeinated tea, stevia, goat's milk.
Do you like Earl Grey? Perfect. That's probably my favorite one. Is Earl Grey.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not the best for me, but
I like Earl Grey tea lattes. You ever had a tea latte?
Yeah.
Dude, I love tea. The Earl Grey tea lattes.
Peppermint.
Oh, yerba mate.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware that peppermint's high in aluminium, but as I say, it's a rare case. Now and again, I'll have a peppermint tea.
Yeah, yerba mate too. If you want to get jacked, yerba mate is a good booster.
Okay, I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, dude, try some yerba mate, dude. You'll get jacked.
All right, I will do.
All right, you guys. Well, that about wraps it up. Thank you. Right. This is the most questions we've ever had.
Yeah, really good, and we've come on here last minute as well, so yeah, we appreciate everyone coming on. Maybe next time we'll tell everyone like a day in advance or something, so we can get more people on here. But yeah, it's been a fun one today. I think this one's been a very informal, which has been nice.
Yeah.
For anyone that's wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually in a tent now. I like to come and work by the lake and get out in nature these days. So I'm by the tent. I got some friends coming in 20 minutes. We're going to build a fire and have a chat and eat a bit of food. So yeah, I definitely recommend it to everyone. It's been a big change for me recently, and it's really helping out. So anyway, that'll do.
All right, that'll do, guys. Thanks for the questions, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.